Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Empowered Hearts podcast. Hi, Krystle.
Hi, Morgan.
Hello. Today, we're going to go back to part two of the original one we did about the healing modalities. Um, but let's talk about today. Today is a new moon. And I know when this is gonna be out in a couple of days. But today's the new moon. So what were you telling me about the new moon? This is not a time.
So, this is not a time to plant seeds. Typically, the full moon ends a cycle
Hmm.
and it's like a death. We're releasing, letting go. And then the new moon, we plant seeds like manifestation desires, like intention. This new moon is not about that. It's about purging, purifying.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's like very illuminating. It's going to illuminate the parts of you that are not truth, like masks or facades that you're living in your life. It's really going to illuminate that stuff. So this new moon is really about navigating what is coming up and how you're feeling, and noticing, like, is this something that I should be bringing forward with me? Like where we feel resistance, or where we feel maybe like shadows, or like stored emotion, or that kind of thing. Like, this new moon is really clearing everything out for us. So it's going to be a big one.
I'm going to let's talk about a little bit before we get into these healing modalities
Mhm.
about the year because I don't think we had somebody on for astrology, but this was earlier in the year. Um, this is a number nine year,
Yeah.
and from what we both understand, the number nine in numerology regarding the years. And the reason why it's a number nine year is if you add up 2025, it ends up being the number nine. So the number nine, it's like the number 10 is like a completion, right, of a
Mhm.
cycle. So the number nine is like how you're completing that cycle. So it's everything prior that you've held on to is being purged out of every single one of us,
Mhm.
especially if you're tapped in. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been some men I've talked to and not, but I do think men are going through this. It just might look different, right?
Mhm.
But this year has been crazy. Like I was like, oh, I've done so much shadow work. Like this isn't gonna affect me. Was I ever wrong? Like the universe has slapped me with karmic cycles that I thought I had healed. It's
Mhm.
like things that we thought we had healed are coming back up to be looked at to be like, you sure about that? Like, you know, that meme, you sure about that? And
Yeah.
it like comes back up and it's like as a new version of yourself. It's like the karma is coming back up for you to choose a different path with it.
Yeah.
So maybe, so for example, I have dealt with childhood trauma, but I dealt with it. It came up into my life at around age 18. How I dealt with it at age 18 was I learned mindfulness. I did learn meditation, but then I chose to take antidepressants. And then I went on and became an addict, right?
Mhm.
Was like, I dealt with it for like maybe 5 minutes. And then I was like, make this go away.
Yeah.
So now that is coming back up. All of these traumas, these things that I thought I had cleared are right here being like, nope, it's not done. It's not done because you didn't actually deal with it. And now as the safe embodied healer person with tools, sober woman that I am, is dealing with it differently, but like I don't want to deal with it. You know?
Yeah. Because there just hasn't been like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and I
It's
know,
like,
sorry, there's so many clients, like every single one of my clients is like, what is happening in my life? Why
yeah.
is everything going to shit? And
Why does it feel like shit?
yeah, Why does it feel like shit? And some people are open to me explaining this, others are not. But it's like, even like friends are like, I dealt with this thing 10 years ago. Why is this thing literally coming back into my life? And I was like, well, actually,
Mm.
and they're like, oh my God. So,
Nobody wants to hear it, but the thing about it is it helps you understand that it's not just you,
mhm.
which also makes us feel a little bit less alone. It's like, oh, there's other people that, you know, their life is falling apart right now because that's what it feels like. And it's you're being hit by one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. And you're looking at 2025 being, and I have said this a few times, this is probably the most challenging year that I have had in a very long time. And it's crazy because in my physical world, like I'm in a pretty good place.
Yeah,
But like if you look at my physical world and be like, oh, like like your life is pretty good, but it's like it has been so hard.
yeah.
It
So
has been so hard.
this has been through my trauma that I experienced last year, like and now as that trauma has been closed out, um, it like raged an upheaval of emotions after I sort of closed the door on something that I experienced last year. And like, I'm like, what the heck? Like, I have
Yeah.
thought I stabilized my nervous system. I thought I did trauma healing. I thought I did nervous system healing. I thought I've dealt with anxiety, depression, all the things. I'm like, and I haven't had a year like this either, or the past, like, I'd say mine's are almost going to be 2 years since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
This, or like, and then I went through my sobriety journey, but that was like my own, my own doing. Like, this was not my own doing.
Yeah. And that's what's so
Like,
frustrating
yeah,
about
this
it.
is like outside forces that have caused, rather than my addiction, me becoming sober. Like, to become sober, you go through so much emotions, but like that was a choice. That was like me choosing right now to get off caffeine. I'm like, I own this. It's frustrating, but this is my choice. The trauma
Mhm.
that happened to me wasn't my choice. So it's just really, it feels like it's just you're banging your head against the wall. Things are going to get better, but it doesn't feel that way right now.
Well, and like as we talk about it, like I can feel my solar plexus contract because it feels like it's out of our control, which it is.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm sorry, it is. It's out of your control. It's like you have so much potential and so many things that, are coming for you, but you can't be the version of you that obtains these things until you clear this out. It's
100%.
got to go.
The theme of this year, if I can give an energetic psychic tarot reading without my cards for this year, it is literally clearing the old to make space for the, it's like literally what you just said. Like, the
Yeah.
collective theme for this
Hmm.
year is we are shifting.
Yeah.
You cannot bring anything with you. So if you have ignored, bypassed, missed anything from before, in order to shift into a better life, you have to change it. Now, here's the caveat. If you don't want to change your life, the things that come up, you're going to deal with them the same, and you're just going to stay in that loop. And your life probably is actually going to get worse after this year.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're not listening to this podcast, because you wouldn't listen to this podcast if you're not wanting to change your life. So if you're
Yeah.
just like doing your thing, whatever that may be, staying in a toxic relationship, staying in toxic, whatever workplace, drinking to solve your problems, and there's no
Yeah.
judgment, there's no right or wrong
No, no.
thing. If you're staying in that, you're going to just maybe even not recognize that trauma is coming up right now. And if it is, you're just going to deal with it by going backwards even harder. And that next year is it's not going to be good. It's
Mm-mm.
like there's a separation happening right now. It's like people who are on the journey of like wanting better for their lives, and they're all getting, every single one of them is getting hit with bullshit. And then
Mhm,
there are people that are not really caring about that. They may be getting hit with bullshit, don't know it, and then this is what's going to happen. So
mhm.
it seems right now that it's going the other way, but it's really not.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's supposed to clear. I would say the energetic year really technically starts in April, but let's pretend we're going to play by the calendar. So January. Even though I
Which is
have,
when 10 starts.
yeah,
10 starts in January 2026. So one, which is its new beginnings.
one, which is exactly new
But you're
beginning.
starting over.
We're
You get a
starting
clean
over.
slate. So my advice, if I could give any, is let the shit fall. Let it crumble.
And the biggest piece is surrender. And
Mhm.
I've said this before, like surrender is not, it is, it's an act. So you're not just like, okay, I'm surrendering. No, you have to be like, I am consciously letting go. I'm going to watch the pile of shit happen and I'm not going to do anything about it. Like it's
Yeah.
totally letting go on purpose. And that
Mhm.
takes so much effort and it's not easy. You know,
Well,
it gets easier as you do it, but if
it
you've never
takes
surrendered before, to just surrender and let go of control, whew,
it takes effort to do it because we've learned to attach to things.
yes.
And so we are learning a new way, right? And basically meaning don't stuff your feelings down, feel them because you have to move through it. You can't go around it, basically. Like you have to move through it. You have to do it. You got to do the hard work. And
Well,
it's,
or you don't. There's no
well,
middle ground right now. It's like you either do the hard work or you choose to not heal and like go the other way. Like there's no kind of just riding the wave. It is like face it or run. And there's no
yeah,
in between.
you could try to run.
It'll hit you next year.
It's gonna get you.
It will get you eventually.
It's gonna get you.
It's going to be even worse.
It
So,
will. Yeah. So just and you know, like that's why we do what we do is so that we can support people through it.
yes. You
So
know,
that's why we do this work.
and this work is not, it's like, it's not, I mean, I believe it was preordained, but it's not something you choose. I'm not just like, I'm going to do this. It's like, this is how my life is unfolded, and this is what I'm really good at. Like, it chooses
Yeah.
you, you
Yeah.
know?
Does. Yeah.
So, with all of that said, friends, if you are going through it, you are not alone, and
Hmm.
you choose not to face your things that are coming up. Um, yeah, then it's going to get worse. Crystal, I think you are frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Oh, there you are.
Okay, there we are. That's lovely.
Yeah, you're,
We are the glitch.
we are the glitch. Yeah.
Oh, this is a great, yeah, this is a great moment to segue into our first.
Yeah. So, number 6 on the list is somatic healing. And let's talk about what that means. I did a somatic session yesterday, like so good. So, somatics, soma is the body. That's what that means. So, somatics is working with the body, right? So it's like not mind therapy, not cognitive, not the mind, but let's call it body therapy.
Mhm.
And the body holds trauma, it holds memory, it holds emotion, right? So there are different modalities you can use to move through, to release and move stuck energy. I am not a somatic teacher, but I'm thinking this is something I'd like to get into. But when we do somatics, what it is is you can ask the body. It's I do this in hypnosis through somatic experiencing. And so what we do is we ask the body, where do you feel X emotion? Let's say sadness. And the body will answer the heart or my lower back or my hand. And then in somatics, what we do, I should have Allison on here to explain this, but is you then ask the body, how do you want to let that go?
Mm-hmm.
And the body will then like literally respond physically. So when I did this yesterday, um, my we went to where was sadness. It was in my heart. So she asked me to place my hands on my heart, and I just held my heart, and my chest and my hands started shaking physically. And that is the body releasing stuck energy that you have held. And that goes on for because shaking is a really, really good way to release adrenaline, trauma, stuck energy. And the science behind this is when we become in fight or flight, freeze or fawn in trauma, it's because you experienced a trauma and your body wasn't able to somatically complete the experience. For example, if you step out in front of a bus and you couldn't run away from it, let's say you got hit by the bus,
Mm-hmm.
that knee jerk wanting to like do this will be stuck in your body and you can end up getting problems from it. You can end up getting like a twitch, like I have with my eyes, or you can get maybe disease in the body because it's stuck. And so by doing somatic energy releases, the body is literally able to like it'll shake like all on its own to complete that experience. So it is fascinating and
Mm-hmm.
I've become absolutely obsessed with this work.
And then how do you feel after?
I was really drained, just like when I take people through hypnosis. It's the same, like your body is just like let go of so much old energy that it's been holding. So I felt really exhausted.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could, like, I felt like grounded yet exhausted. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
like I was like, oh, like I'm good. I'm here, you know? And then later in the evening, I was just like, I was just so drained.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to add to this on the somatic healing is Qigong, because I've just started doing this and it is phenomenal. It creates the same type of release in your body. So you'll actually be doing these movements and my legs will start shaking. And it is literally energy spiraling out of the body down into the earth. So it's
Mm-hmm.
another type of release. It's fascinating.
Yeah, you've really loved that for
Yeah.
grounding and yeah.
It like it gets because I've held so much stress in my upper chakras in my upper body um because that's just how it's worked out. I don't know, but that's where I hold. And so the qigong and the somatic healing gets me out of this like upper area that I'm living in and fully being in my body all the way to my feet. And so if you're somebody who's dealing with ungroundedness, if you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of rage, Qigong is very good for that too. Like amazing.
And
Like,
so how can people get connected with that?
well, I actually, I can add her name. Her name is so for Qigong, like the woman works virtually. So you
Perfect.
virtual session. So I can add that.
Yep.
And for somatics, I don't know if Allison like does this. There are like does this professionally anymore, but I can add her. I'll add her and I'll see. I think Callie David also is a somatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can add
Yeah.
Callie's name for
Yeah.
people to reach out. It is really amazing. Like I think the society has decided at one point that the body and the mind and the soul are all separate. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
no, it all works in coherence.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, I didn't do any body work, really. I did like, I did treatments, but I never worked with my body. And I'm like, I've totally missed a whole portion of healing.
Hmm.
A way that you can do this all on your own, you can type in, probably on you, like go on YouTube and just type
Hmm.
in anxiety release through shaking.
Yep.
And I'm sure that you can probably even find Qigong on YouTube for free. Just type it in for anxiety or grounding and
Hmm.
like shaking, like, like when animals, your dog or animals in the wild will shake and they sometimes will shake for a very long time because they're releasing the excess adrenaline that they've built up. We are the only species that does not do that. We,
Yeah, or forgets that we should.
it's like not yeah, it's like
Yeah.
not, we're like, our mind gets involved. We're like, oh my God, this thing happened, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, shove it down, shove it down. When in reality, like shaking is so therapeutic.
Interesting, because when I was in labor with Caden
Hmm.
and my body had to like relax to open,
Yeah.
I was shaking uncontrollably, my entire body.
Yeah. I actually like, I find it very, it's like I enjoy the feeling. It's very
Hmm.
comforting because I've held so much tension, right?
Hmm.
So I know what it's like to be like curled up in a ball. Like if you could imagine being in the fetal position, that's what it feels like to be in my body every day. So when I shake, I'm like, oh yes, we're opening.
Yeah.
Like we're letting this go, and you can just shake on your own. Like it sounds silly, but like jump up and down and making the sound ha is like letting go. So you can like move your hands, jump up and down, get your feet off the floor and make and take a deep breath in. And as you're doing it, go ha. And you can do this for like 10 minutes, like just, and you'll feel the energy moving, your lymph, everything moving
Hmm.
in your body. And it's like, let that shit go. Like let it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like after you shake, if you just stand there with your eyes closed,
Yeah.
it's like pulsating through your body.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah. And then another beautiful thing to do, like let's say you just want to shake, if you just want to do this at home, shake, and then when you're finished shaking, go place your feet on the grass if you can, if it's good weather, and let that go into the earth, or even
Hmm.
shake outside and like let it move into the earth. Or you can take your hands and say, I'm consciously like allowing this to go into the earth. I'm giving it back to Mother Earth. She can take it.
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
love it.
Um, okay, number 7 is yoga and weight training. Now, again, like some of these are in order, but some of them are not. Yoga and weight training, again, it's working with the body. So not everybody maybe has the capacity to do yoga and weight training, and I totally understand that. And if that does not align with you and your situation, walking or swimming or any type of movement, you can do it all with parts of your body is also amazing. But yoga, I find, helps really center you. Like, again,
Mhm.
it gets you out of the mind, out of the ego, and into the body. It's really about like taking this ego and chucking it aside for a moment and getting in, like we talked about last time about meditation. Yoga is like moving meditation.
Hmm. Really grounding. It's also very opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time, so I do hot yoga. People have different opinions about this. I find for me it works.
Mhm.
Um, some people are like, it raises your cortisol, and whether it does or doesn't, it doesn't matter. For me, I need that outlet.
Mhm.
So when I've done like when I do go to Emily's vinyasa class, it literally feels like my energy is like wrung out. Like you've taken
Mhm.
a towel and wrung out all the crap and you are brand new. Your body is put back in the right places. Your energy's aligned. Like it feels great. And like there's different types of yoga, right? Like you don't have to
Mhm.
do vinyasa. Vinyasa is a little bit of a faster, more intense practice. You can do, I don't know exactly the names, but there are slower versions. There's also
Mhm.
restorative yoga,
Yeah.
by the way, is also wonderful. It's If you are somebody who has been stuck in fight, flight, or freeze, or your adrenaline's pumping, restorative is going to be very challenging, but it's very necessary to remind your body we can be slow, right?
Yes.
Restorative really it activates the parasympathetic side of your nervous system, which is the rest and digest side, which is, when we rest and digest, we're safe, right? We're
Mhm.
not we're not active, we're not going. It's you digest your food when you're in a safe place. So restorative yoga, which is it's you hold poses for about 10 minutes, and those poses are very supportive, and like you wouldn't be in like a pigeon pose for 10 minutes. Like you have blocks around you and cushions, and it's belly breathing, and it's really just being in that position and knowing that you're safe. It retrains the nervous system for safety.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's the kind that I would like.
Yeah. For me, it's challenging, but I do
Mhm.
it. I do it. I
Yeah.
haven't been in a couple weeks, but I'd love to go back. And weight training. So we all know that I'm a gym girly, but why is weight training good? Building exercise in general is very healthy for your body. It's very healthy for your mind. It's healthy for your bone structure. As we get older, we lose muscle tissue. And so if you're weight training, you keep muscle tissue on. But psychologically, it reminds you that you are strong, that you
Mhm.
can move and do hard things. And it's like rewiring the I can get through anything. I am strong. I am capable, right? How do you feel about weight training? You're more of a runner.
I do like weights. I actually find that I like the control of the weights, and you don't have to have that really upbeat, like crazy, intense energy to do it,
No.
which I like that. Like with running, you have to be energized to run.
Yeah.
You can't be exhausted and go running.
Yeah.
So, like weight training, I also like I like the form, I like the control, I like the results that you get from it.
Me
It's
too.
like they're fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel good. And I feel like when your body is strong,
Mhm.
right? It's a reminder that like I can do anything. Like I am strong. I can
Mhm.
do hard things. And it's just also good for your body to like build muscle to protect your lower back. Like as we get older, you sleep wrong and now my lower back's out or whatever.
Yeah.
Just it's good, and it gets blood flowing, and it's good for the mind. And again, it can be very grounding. It is for
Yeah.
um we're gonna let you take the rope on this one. So number 8 on the list is mentorship. I would love
Yeah.
to explain, mentorship versus therapy and why mentorship sort of takes the lead.
Mentorship is really beneficial when you feel like you are ready to change your life. It's like I don't know how to get from A to B, but I feel like it would be really supportive to figure out a path to do it. I find mentorship is all about walking through things and like taking tangible steps where it actually changes your life. You are like, you are reforming beliefs, you are trying new things. Whereas like therapy is kind of within mentorship too, because there is a lot of talking, a lot of expressing, a lot of leaning in where you're going to be held and supported and feel safe. But there's it's like you sit here, you bring the things up, you talk about it, but then it's like, how do you move forward with this? You know?
Important to really say with mentorship, the difference is you have somebody in your back pocket 24/7. So as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
So depending on the hours that the mentor is working, and obviously you want to hire a mentor who is in a place of their life that you want to be in, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea is like, oh, this person has a stable mind. They moved from this point to this point. They healed this thing. they're embodied in the place that you want to be embodied in. And then
Hmm.
access to that person Monday to Friday, pretty much all day long or whatever. And you guys can talk back and forth in the real life moments of like, I'm feeling this way, or what do I do? Or like Krystle, you are a beautiful mentor.
Thank you. I've actually been really playing with the idea of starting that back up again. I feel like for me, mentorship was huge.
Yes.
It's like you always just have like you said, a friend, somebody that's right there that you trust, that if you fall, they're gonna catch you. It's like you've got it. And the most beneficial thing is like when something surfaces, that's the time to deal with it.
Right.
Right now, when the feelings are fresh, when you're moving through it, and that is what mentorship is.
Yes. Right. Because
Navigating it in the real time.
it almost, when I used to be in therapy, um, it would be like, it would actually cause me anxiety to like let's say I have to bring the thing in. I have to bring this thing that happened in the week. I'm like, okay, now I gotta bring, like, this is my mind. I'm like, now I have to bring this thing to therapy. Oh my God, like, are we gonna talk about it again? Like, it happened over here, and like
Yeah.
my overthinking brain will, that's what it does. So it actually was not beneficial for me. It made me worse because I would overthink all the things that I needed to bring in. With mentorship, it was just like, this is how I feel. Like, what do I do about this? And maybe the overthinking would happen, but there was support in the moment, right?
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
like Priscilla, you are one, I mean, you have mentored me as a friend, but you do sometimes Krystle will often put her mentorship hat on with me and be like, okay, I'm speaking from the mentorship version of me, like, and she gives it to me straight. And it's like it's like a mom, a very
Yeah.
nurturing mom who also isn't gonna like baby you.
Yeah.
There's like it's both. It's like validating and also here's like how you're gonna get through this. And I always will listen because I trust you. You are like, I trust you with my life.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's just,
But it can also be triggering
it can be triggering. But
because
yeah,
here's what's important. Here's what's important to note. Yes, you will always be validated. And you will probably be pushed a little bit. I mean, it's always your choice, but you will probably be pushed a little bit in the direction that is uncomfortable
mhm,
because that is how we progress.
right.
It's to do the hard thing. It's to do the hard thing. Like, and we try to avoid that. We try to avoid the hard thing. Like, is there another way? No, there isn't.
Yeah. I'm just gonna add this in there, like thinking Jason would be a wonderful mentor for men, because we were having a conversation the other day, and he's done so much personal development work, but on his
Yep.
he like it's just innate to who he is. So like he's never been to therapy or been in mentorship. Like it's just part of him. Like he constantly tries to better himself and always does the hard thing. He's like
Yeah.
well, probably martial arts has taught this to him, right?
Yep.
He'll always strive to do the hard thing. And he literally was like, you gotta see where your shadows are. And I was like, Jason, that's literally what I do for a living. Like,
Yeah.
shadow work. So he's doing it, without even realizing. I would not want him to mentor me because he's so like, he
Black and white.
he is a tough cookie. He sees no excuses. He's like, he believes everybody can do anything, which is wonderful. Like, he will, like,
Mhm.
being in mentorship will hold you to the highest version of yourself.
Yeah.
Mentor will see you and be like, you are worthy and valued and capable, and this is how you're going to see it. Now do this, and then it's like, oh my God. But Krystle and I have both
Mhm.
mentorship. And it was a wonderful experience while it lasted, and it really did help both of us grow. And Crystal is you are a wonderful mentor as well.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, I do it.
So are you.
Thank you. I do it with actually some of my clients. I offer email support and I
Yeah.
will mentor through there.
Mhm.
But just at the point in my life right now, I don't think I would want to have like full-time mentorship. But
Yeah.
it is yeah, it's rewarding. And because when you see people grow and take those steps and like follow, it's beautiful to watch people grow.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, I said the thing that I know that they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
So then you're sitting there and you're like, how are they going to receive this? There's a little bit of that happens too, but it's like, I know that this is in the best interest of the person.
But I mean, that's really at the end of the day what a true friend is,
It's
right?
true.
Don't
You want the truth.
you don't sugar you don't want a yes man. You want somebody to be like, I think you're wrong, and here's why, and here's what you should do instead.
Yeah.
And it's hard to receive that sometimes. Like I remember in my mentorship, being called out as like having I'm not like this anymore, but having a lot of victim mentality. And I used to really, and like to somebody to say that to me, I was like, excuse me, but like I took it and I was like, okay, like maybe I do have victim mentality and we all can fall into it, but yeah, like it's hard because I've see it with some clients and I'm like, oh my God, was this me?
Well, because it's confronting.
It's confronting, but
It's confronting.
it's confronting, it is.
Mentorship, there, it's a very clear mirror.
Yeah. And the job of the mentor is to hold a mirror up to you to be like, this is where you're self-sabotaging.
Yep.
You can't see it,
Yeah.
right? And I guess that I'm not sure. I guess that's also a therapist's job.
Yeah.
Just it would be like living with your therapist.
Yeah. It's like therapy on steroids.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and
It's it is a very fast evolving program.
yes.
It's like it's up here, you
Yeah.
know. Like if you want to really take the reins and change your life, then mentorship is the way to go for sure. Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else you want to say about that?
Nope, that's it.
The next one on the list is myofascial release. Now, you know something about this because you were the one who got me, your mom actually.
Human garage, yeah.
So I am no professional at this. I'm just sharing from my experience. But again, like the body, our fascia, which is a thin coating that is within our body that covers your whole body, everything gets stored in that as well. And so myofascial release is so through physical injury and emotional injury,
Mhm.
our body will take a hit, right? So somebody the other day said something, and I was like, that is such a good point. When somebody looks at you and yells at you, you feel that.
Yeah.
Feel that. And he was like, so if that ever happens, he's like, turn your body so that your fascia doesn't take it in. And I was like, holy,
Okay.
that makes so much sense, right? You block it with your shoulder or something,
Right.
the bone, so you're not receiving that inside.
Ooh, yeah.
So the fascia again holds everything. It has a memory and it physically contorts to deal with injury, to deal with emotional stress, all the things. And so myofascial release is smoothing out the places that are kinked, essentially.
Mhm.
So, but when you do myofascial release, like it's not just physical things that are changing, because my legs have become 2 inches longer since I've done this.
It's amazing.
Crazy. My toes, I'll explain about my toes in a second. But so not only does your body physically change, all the emotions that were stored in whatever you held get released as well. So it can be a very emotional experience. Um, but here's another way to like move trauma and pain, emotional pain, physical pain out of the body.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Um, so I'll share with you guys what happened. So long story short, I've been in trauma my whole life. Growing up, it was always I was always in developmental trauma. My household was very traumatic. And so my toes are curled, okay? And I thought that was just normal. Like I was just like, my toes look like this. I went to the myofascial release woman and she was like, you've been trying to dig your toes into the ground to get grounded your whole life. And I was like, oh my God. So like even with shoes on, I was subconsciously trying to get a grip, literally as and I did that for so I've done this for so long that my toes ended up the fascia ended up being in that permanent state of trying to ground me, trying to get a grip, which actually made me less ungrounded because it lifted my heel up.
Right. That
Right.
makes sense.
So it's just a fascinating story I thought I would share. I thought,
Everyone's gonna be checking their toes now.
yeah, check your toes. Are they curly? You'll know if you have curly toes. Like you will know. Like they were like curled like curly fries.
Curled right over.
Curled right
Are
over.
they straight now?
Not like they were. And then so the fact like you need more than one session.
Yeah.
I couldn't, I had to take a break because there was so much emotion coming up. I was like, I need a break from this. So they've curled a little bit back, but
Mhm.
not as much.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I'm sure like with bones, like if your bones, I'm sure like for scoliosis, I can imagine myofascial release would be really helpful to
Yeah.
help the spine, or like if you've had physical injuries, it would like I feel like everybody should do this. Like,
Yeah, and you can literally look up human garage
yeah,
on YouTube. It's free and you can do it for literally anything. It gives you the exercises and how to walk through it, how
okay.
to do it on your own.
We will add that to the show notes, guys, so that you can look it up.
Yeah.
And the last one, which has become a personal favorite of mine, is breath work.
Mhm.
There are different types of breath work. There is like deep belly breathing. There is conscious connected breathing, which is what I will talk about today. Um, there is, Emily was telling me yesterday, there's something called elemental breathing. I think circular breathing. There's also box breathing, right? Where that helps slow your heart rate down if you're like panicking. If you
Mhm.
breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, hold for 4, and do that. That can really help to calm you down. Um, but the breath work that I want to share, and I know you've had an experience with this, is
Mhm.
conscious connected breathing. I believe I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I think I am though. So it's where you actually put yourself in a state of the sympathetic nervous system, also known as fight or flight, on purpose. Now, why the hell would anybody ever want to do that? The purpose of this work is to go into fight or flight in a safe environment where you're actually not in danger. And by doing that, your body also will do the trembling as we talked about earlier with the somatic healing. So doing this, it creates so much. So I believe that you drop your CO2 and up your oxygen, or the other way around. It's one of the two. I don't remember. So you change the levels of one of the two in your body, and it causes you to actually create an altered state of mind. Now, I have not gotten there yet because the ego in breath work is like, absolutely not. Like for me,
Mhm.
some people have these like elevated experiences because when you do this breath work, you actually you can release DMT naturally, which is a psychedelic that comes out of your lungs into the body. So you can like experience like wild psychedelic experiences. But it's the reason we're talking about it for healing modalities is it also releases so much pent up energy and trauma and tension in the body that you have had and emotion that you have not even realized you were holding. So you'll go into a breathwork ceremony and you're literally all you are doing is breathing with your mouth open. That is literally all you're doing. And your sympathetic gets activated, and all of a sudden you're crying, you're screaming, you're shaking. And it's crazy. It's like this beautiful experience where you can take things that have been stuck in you for so long and let it go.
Well, and I think what, you were like coughing at one point.
I actually threw up. So
Yeah,
I coughed so much. I didn't like projectile vomit, but I coughed so much because there was so much
so hard.
energy stuck in my sternum that it like caused me to cough and my throat that I
Yeah.
coughed so hard I did throw up.
Yeah. It's
And
like
this
it's
sounds not pleasant. And honestly, if you didn't have to heal, I'm sure you wouldn't want to do this. It wouldn't be like, oh, let's just do this. But as a healing modality, if you have been through the ringer in your life, I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard work, but it is transformative and it releases so much from the body. The body is like, I can finally let this go. And your hands can go into like this weird shape. It's called tetany, because you're not getting the proper amounts of oxygen. But like you are literally shaking, screaming, crying, and you just have this beautiful release. And what it does is it trains your body to, because after we purposely go back into the parasympathetic, which is rest and digest, that
Mhm.
we are not in danger in that state. We can survive. We are safe. And it's again, all subconscious rewiring.
That is fascinating. It's really fascinating to think like who discovered this
I
as
don't
a
know, but
that's
my
my brain.
Sagittarius moon wants to
Yeah,
know.
I know. My
Like,
Sagittarius
why?
moon is like, who was the first person on this earth to figure out that if you breathe in this way,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Is crazy. And the fact that I will highly say this, do not do this by yourself,
Yeah.
especially if you've never done it before, because you can experience vertigo, you can experience wild experiences. Do not do this alone. Have a facilitator that is trauma informed is
Yeah.
very important, trauma informed, and make sure that like you kind of get to know the facilitator because this is such a vulnerable state you're going to be in. You want to make sure that safety is a priority.
Yeah. So important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah. So that is that. So those are the total of 10 healing modalities to use if you want to transform your life. You don't have to use them all. You can use them all.
Mhm. You can pick one.
Pick one, like just start off by slowing the ego down by meditating. That can be your first thing
Mhm.
and go for a walk.
Meditation is amazing.
Is
And grounding. A lot of people aren't super informed about grounding. I was having a conversation with a client the other day and I was like, do you take time to ground? And she had never heard of it.
wow. Do you want
Yeah.
to add that in quickly?
Sure, grounding is really simple. And I'm talking like with the earth. There's other ways to do it, but I personally feel that is one of the easiest ways is to just get outside, put your bare feet in the grass, go for a walk in the forest, hug a tree,
Yeah.
or sit at the base of a tree, touch the earth
Yeah.
essentially with your skin.
Yeah.
Like you can't wear rubber shoes and get the same effect. It's like you have to like physically touch.
I mean, it's yes. And I find it takes me, I would say probably a solid 20 minutes to
Hmm.
ground outside. There are also ways you can do grounding in meditation. Like you can type up like
Hmm.
grounding meditation
Yep.
on YouTube or on Insight Timer. Qigong is very good for grounding. Like that's become
Yep.
the number one thing.
Yoga. You can
Yoga.
also get grounding mats. for your
I
house?
don't think it works.
My cat loves it.
I have one and I have the sheet. I know people like raved about them. That's my experience. Don't take my experience as gospel. Like if because I know I think it's worked really well for you.
I notice a huge difference with my grounding sheet. I have an earthing sheet.
Yeah.
And like I went to a hotel last weekend.
Mhm.
I notice the
Right.
difference between having it and not having it. But I've been sleeping with mine for probably a year and a half.
Yeah.
So my body is naturally used to it. But like I need earth grounding.
So do I.
Like it's
Oh,
like essential for me.
I flip-flop right now
Yeah.
because I'm moving through so much stuck energy in the body. I need movement to
Hmm.
ground me. It's so it just depends where you are in life. But if you
Yep.
find that you can get like very heady or floaty or like just not in your body, but maybe you're not moving through trauma, yeah, sitting like it can't hurt anybody sitting
Mhm.
outside and touching the earth, right? In winter, it's harder, but you
It
still
is.
sit at the base of a tree, like even let
Yeah.
your head touch the tree, right? And just sit there and like you will notice a shift. It might take about 20 minutes, but you will notice a like, like it does shift. Water is also really good to ground in.
Yeah, it is. Water's amazing. What I was gonna say is grounding is also, yes, like to anchor extra energy, but you receive negative ions
Right,
into your body,
right.
which helps with EMF frequencies, Wi-Fi frequencies. Like it's actually healthy for your body. So that is actually the purpose of earthing sheets and grounding mats is to get the negative ion. So if you're like working on a computer all day, then you should be sitting on a grounding mat.
Well, yeah, I have mine here in my office
Great.
I put my feet on it when I'm working.
Perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, so grounding sheets are not necessarily meant to like change your,
Anchor you.
oh,
Like it helps with like, like that staticky energy. When you're having a sensitive day and you touch your phone and you can really feel
yeah,
that's more of what the grounding mat and the grounding sheets do is it helps like soften the staticky kind of energy.
okay.
But it's different than you going and sitting down against a tree and like allowing your root to be open and
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, this has been lovely. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or inquiries, please reach out to us. I
Yeah.
will leave some information in the show notes. If you are looking for energy healing or mentorship, go to Krystle.
Yeah.
She is amazing at that. If you're looking for hypnosis to rewire your subconscious, you can come to me. And yeah, we hope if you guys have any like ideas of like something you want us to talk about, we would love to hear from you. So
Yeah. Let us know.
let us know. Okay, I will see you next time. And thanks so much for tuning in, guys.
Have a good day.